This is going to be a mess. A big, fat, musical mess. Hey everybody, Alexander Morgan here, but my friends call me Schmorgel. Those of you who've been following me know that I prefer to produce in Ableton. I started in GarageBand, moved over to Logic Pro, which is like big kid GarageBand, and found that sweet spot in Ableton, which I've been singing its praises ever since. But way back in the day, way back when I was a kid and I had a little gaming PC, I also tried my hand at FL Studios. Back then it was like FL6 or something, maybe even less. I don't quite remember. That being said, I've barely touched the program and I've seen its popularity rise in recent years. Some producers at this point swear by FL Studios, and in fact I see comments all the time asking me why I haven't tried it out. So today, it's exactly what we're gonna do. This little Ableton producer is gonna dive in blind into the wonderful world of FL Studios. Fruity Loops, I think. That's what it's called, right? As you can tell, I know very little about this program, so it's probably going to be a mess, but hopefully some of the basic skills of music production will translate. But before we dive in, another huge thank you to DistroKid for sponsoring this video. DistroKid, distribution, your music, your happiness, all linked. But it goes beyond distribution. DistroKid's really good at making all the other facets of releasing music very easy. Take their hyperfollow links, the epitome of easy. Hyperfollow is a completely free and pretty powerful promotional tool that's available for all DistroKid artists. These days, it's hard to get people to click on multiple links or send people to 10 different places to get to your music. Hyperfollow just gives you one link. One simple link you can use for everything. This hyperfollow link will send all your listeners to one page that shows you every single streaming service your music's on. Really useful, so you don't have to make all these bit.ly links for Apple Music and Spotify and Tidal. It's all just on one page. If you want to take advantage of this and many other awesome tools that DistroKid provides, go ahead and click on my link. You'll get 7% off your first year membership. All right, so to the task at hand. I've downloaded the program. I haven't even opened it. I just let it do all its plugin scans, and we're gonna open it for the first time and pray. Let's go see what happens. All right, so we are in an empty FL Studio session here on this demo version. I've just opened it, barely clicked anything. Let's go ahead and explore this foreign land. What am I looking at? This is so, I mean, it looks really clean and pretty. Like, I already like the layout. It looks like all these windows are movable, so you could sort of make your own layout here however you please, sort of to your liking. That being said, I'm not sure exactly what I want. Obviously, this looks like a mixer here. This looks like our arrangement. I've put something down. I have no idea what I put down, nor does my DAW. So this is a tool, I guess. It's a, will it tell me what it is? It's like a paintbrush. It looks like, yeah, you can just sort of, that's actually pretty cool. It looks like you can just like click and glide and put, I'm assuming whatever sample or thing you've put down and kind of just draw it. Now, getting rid of it is a different story. Oh, so if I hold the right click, then it just gets rid of whatever I mouse over there. So it looks like whatever tool you have, the function of the mouse operates differently. All right, I think that's the fundamentals of these tools. Now what they all do, I have no idea. That's probably a slice. That's probably a mute. I'm a smart kid. But how do we make sound? How do we get something going here? So these are my tracks here. I'm not exactly getting a sense of how I can manipulate these tracks, but hopefully that'll be apparent once I drop something in. Let's, I don't know, let's start with a kick, huh? That sounds like a nice kick. I'm assuming I can just drag it. I sure can. Oh, wow. Oops. It's just doing the length of the sample. Interesting. So I guess it's just triggering, in this arrangement view, I guess it's just triggering whatever samples I have up and are available. I think I'm getting ahead of myself. What tempo are we in? Naturally in 140. All right, FL Studios wants to pump up the jam. We're not just in a boring old 120. So I can just keep penciling these in with this tool selected. All right, that's sort of a weird way of thinking about it. I'm used to just like pulling the audio, but the audio is at my fingertips, quite literally. I could see this being really functional. Oops. Oh, so you could put them... Yeah, I guess that's obvious. You can put them on as many tracks as you want. Fascinating. It like prioritizes the like sensibility of the sample more than like the arrangement. At least as far as I could tell. Like, it's more about like the sound you're trying to put down more than like the track as its own. Am I making any sense? Other than dragging the sample to an endpoint, I'm not exactly sure how to get the DAW to just play a particular section of my arrangement. Also, it's not snapping to that, which is frustrating. Oh no. Here comes the unsettledness. It's creeping in. I'm not in my home. I guess I'll try slicing it. No, why not? Oh, whoa, okay. Oh, it's like a literal slice. What? What? That's wild. Okay, so right click means like, just get rid of it entirely. Like, no thank you, right? No, that wasn't the case. Oh, also it's the undo where it only undoes it once and then redoes it. I gotta find a way to change that. That'll drive me absolutely bananas. In fact, all right, we've got our main piece of whatever percussion thing we're building. Now that I've sort of fumbled around that, why don't we go ahead and dive into the menu here and look at our key commands. That might help me instead of just like flying in blind here. So I guess I'm in a pattern? No, this is an arrangement. I mean, those are tracks. Oh, I would get a piano roll up in here. Cool. Got a piano roll. Hello. That's, you know what? Already I can see how really nice it is to be able to just move these windows wherever you want. That'll feel really nice. All right, let's try not to keep getting distracted. Ah! Background. Set dynamic wallpaper. I'm too afraid. Help index. Channel rack, browser, playlist, piano roll, mixer. Channel rack is something we're missing. Perhaps let's try and pull that up. Maybe that'll illuminate some stuff. View, channel rack. It was right in front of me. Hello. Okay. All right. Oh, hello menu. Oh, I can manipulate the sample by double clicking on it. Like just that easy. That's pretty cool. Just like a little sub menu to be able to manipulate this however we want. I can change the length, in and out. Those are basically fades. I can trim it. I can normalize it, reverse it, swap stereo for phase. This is really, really nifty. I like this a lot. Interesting. Okay, mixer there. That's the master. Why is track one not, that's insert. I don't want inserts, I want the tracks. Uh-oh. What in the world is happening? Ah! I don't know. What does this do? What? Huh? So other than changing the volume here, I don't know how this mixer's working and why I'm only seeing the inserts. I'm sure someone's screaming at me. I guess we'll just keep adding pieces and hopefully this will fall into place. Yeah, the strategy is just to ignore learning and plow through like a bumbling baby. That always works. So I don't like the pitch of that. I can just double click it and mess with it right here. I like this a lot. I'm already in love with this whole modality. Now, here's a question. What if I just want to select it all as audio, just to copy it? Like, I don't want to use these. Oh, maybe this. Okay, there we go. How do I utilize this? It's all selected. Again, we're just going to guess instead of looking it up. Hold command. No. Again, people are screaming at me. And you know what? I don't care. I like being a bumbling baby. I didn't really set a goal here, but I think just making a quick little beat, having just something that has percussion, synths, a bass, and that we can just make a nice little loop of it. I'll feel satisfied at least at taking a dive into this thing. This paintbrush tool is great for making hi-hats. I'll tell you that. Oh, what? Oh my God, I just summoned a drum pad up here. Interesting. Wah. Whoa, what I do? Why? Plugins? Hello. That's pretty cool. Just get like a whole bird's eye view of all this stuff. Oh my God, what did I do? Gotcha. Okay. Well, I get it. Plugins. That makes sense. That makes sense as to what that is. Interesting. Oh, it's just kind of like a little mixer right here. There's so many things that just are not immediately clear that, you know, watching a video would help. And I don't want it. I just want to learn by myself. I'm also stubborn, I guess. Give me a synth. I want a synth. Give me a dang synth. I want a bass synth. Now, how come I can't? Oh, there we go. Hi, MIDI. How come my MIDI keyboard is not working? All right, little loop. Why is it all the way down here? I think I'm fundamentally misunderstanding something here. Like whatever I have engaged, it's gonna put in no matter whatever track I put. Like, can I just drag this into that? Okay, there we go. No property. Okay, sure, whatever. How do I like check out the parameters of said synthesizer? I just tried to impulsively do something in Ableton and it brought up extra menus. Cool. Cool! I'm digging it now. How do I solo things? I want to solo this. Oh, that's good. Thanks, demo. Appreciate it. All right. So we made a basic little thing, but I feel so hindered by not understanding any of this. I think I'm going to break and do a little bit of digging to make sure I understand at least like the basic fundamentals of this. And then we're going to hop back in here. Be right back. All right. Wow. I learned a few things. First of all, I'm doing most things wrong. So I realized these tracks, especially when you're working with drums, you want to put them on one channel. So I should instead, So now I can take that and just paste that whole section here. I get it. I finally get it. Also, I don't think they should all be on one channel rack, but I don't know. Oh, how? There it is. No. Why? What the f happened? Oh. What? Why is this only now working sometimes? This makes no sense. I thought I had it. Losing my mind. This is a way bigger doozy than I expected it to be. I gotta be honest with you. I did not expect this to be so disorienting. I feel like I got dropped into what I thought was gonna be a Spanish-speaking country, and instead they're speaking French. And I'm just plopped in the middle of a town no one's ever heard of. The perfect metaphor. All right, so I took a break. I learned a little bit more about this program, and just the general workflow, the philosophy of this thing is not entirely, very different than Ableton and even Logic. So I started a whole new session because I was just so frustrated where I was at, but I finally get it. The whole thing you want to do with this program is you create these patterns here, and then you paint them on to these tracks. It's different. Like tracks can have multiple instruments within. I mean, I don't typically think that way, but I think FL Studios thrives when you think of these patterns first and foremost, and then arrange them, sort of paint them on to your arrangement here. Something I learned a little too late at this point is that you should make your whole progression one pattern. Like you don't need to make every chord a different pattern and then block it in similar to how MIDI is. You work on the MIDI within this pattern. So you click in here and you can work on that MIDI. I should have made the whole progression on this section here. But instead, I sort of made each chord, and I learned my lesson here by the time I got to these other synth parts, which have the whole pattern. I have this whole pattern here within every chord I wanted it within one pattern, and then I sort of painted it on here. So it began to make a lot more sense when I thought of it in terms of building it by sections. Like it wants you to have like a groove or a whole sort of thought out piece within its own little micro environment, and then you sort of throw that on to your whole arrangement after the fact. You don't really write in the arrangement. You write in these little sub channels, these sub racks. You can add effects and manipulate them like you typically would in any other DAW. Anyway, I found my groove. I found an actual progression that I felt, it's not great, it's not nuanced, but a little bit of what basically went down as I made my basic 808s here. I found out you can set any of these to whatever track you want, and you can connect everything onto one track or everything onto their own tracks. It's way simpler than I was making it. You can add your plugins here, like this delay or this reverb here. I got to know some of these synths a little bit better, which was really fun. Like this one. Yeah, anyway, you get the sense. I was just turning knobs until something sounded cool, to be honest with you. This synth is really powerful. It's almost like what I imagine Serum to kind of be like, but FL Studio's version of Serum. There's probably I'm sure people who know FL Studio better than me will say that there's a better option, but this is really easy to sound design. But I can see the potential within these built-in synths. Like, they seem out of the box really, really powerful. And even in my very novice tinkering, I was able to find something kind of unique. So yeah, out of pure exhaustion, I'm gonna end here. I don't know if this is a short video. It depends on how I edit it. But that was wild. I am definitely interested to learn FL Studios more, and perhaps I'll make a sort of updated video, less of a sort of shocking reaction and more of a deep dive into how I can write on this thing. But that was wild and really, really fun to do. So that was the mess that I got myself into. Despite my frustration, it was really fun to just play around in there. I really think I started to get a grasp of the program, and I could absolutely see why people love it. There are a lot of hurdles for me because I'm just used to an old modality. But even after my first experience, I would recommend this program to people. If you don't have the baggage of old music production especially, I feel like this could be intuitive. It wasn't for me, but I could see someone coming at this completely new to music and finding some footing. That being said, I will definitely do an update video. I'm gonna learn the program a lot more, dive back in, and who knows, maybe I'll be converted. Probably not, but it's worth a shot. If you like this kind of content, leave a like and let me know in the comments. If you don't like it, dislike's okay too. But if you want to see me and more of my antics, the best way to do that is to subscribe and hit that little ding-a-ling bell. I hate saying it, but it's the best way. And I'll leave you with this question. What other programs or plugins do you love that do not get enough attention? What aren't mainstream producers using enough? Let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll do another blind test. But until then, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.